Hey gang, the following is a game review, and we're going to be covering Split Second for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Brought to you by BlackRock Studio, and also in part with Disney, which is a shocker. Usually when I compare games to other games, I don't like doing it because it means I'm holding a game to a higher standard. So, one game to the other. I'm not going to so much do that with this game. Now, I've played one of the games I'm going to reference for a couple minutes. Twisted Metal Black. But in that game, you're driving around the city and you're just trying to shoot the shit at people. This game's a combination between that, Destruction Derby, and the movie Death Race. But I'll tell you how this game. I was trying to give you the idea how this game works. You are competing on a reality racing show called Split Second. Oh, by the way, this is not to be confused, obviously, with the 1970s game show of the same name. And yes, there was one. It was hosted by, I believe, Tom Kennedy. Somebody can correct me in the comments if you're old enough to remember that show. Any rate, that was a blast from the past, wasn't it? You're competing on this show, and you compete in what the game calls episodes. There's 12. In each episode, you're trying to, obviously, place first. You'll be given a variety of different modes to play through. One is your standard race. Simple. The other is called Eliminator. Eliminator is, how do I put this? It's not like your typical game where it's going to be lap elimination. If you play Need for Speed Shift, you know that there's actually timed eliminators. That's what this is. You have to make sure you're not in last place by the time the time limit ends. It starts at 60 seconds, and after the first interval, it will be shorter and shorter and shorter. There's also different a time attack mode, but theirs is played differently because of what is called the power plays. We'll get into those in a minute. You'll also be competing in what are called air raid or revenge modes, and in these you're given 3 lives and 3 hits a life. If you can make it through a wait, what happens is a helicopter is going to shoot missiles at you. Yeah. And your job is to avoid getting hit. If you can avoid all the missiles in a wave, you get a perfect wave. If you get hit by even one, you don't get the perfect wave, but you will survive, at least for the next 2 hits. It is one of the damnedest modes you will ever play through. Now, by the way, placing first is crucial because at the end of every episode, it will give you your points standing. Obviously, you want to try and be first at the end of the season. Let me think. In a race, the following things can happen. You can be driving along, merrily minding your own business. Next thing you know, boom! Something blew up. You better hope your car is strong enough to be able to withstand shock waves, or you're going to be skidding. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Expect to see the screen crashed, where it says crashed a lot. Like how much? Let's put it this way. Enough. There are about 3 different types of power plays in the game. Level 1, level 2, and what I call shortcuts. And what I call alternate routes or shortcuts. Basically what happens is, as you're drifting, catching air, whatever, you have a meter on the bottom of your screen. It has level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 3 being obviously the strongest. The higher your level, the more devastating the power play you can pull on someone and hopefully wreck them, not yourself. Being able to master the power plays, especially when you get to the end of the game, at the end of an episode, and you're wrecking shop, is crucial. Oh, by the way, yeah, the more cars you wreck, the more bonus stages you get to unlock. When you get to the end of an episode, congratulations, you're facing the Elite Racers. And these guys and gals are no joke. If you think racing regular Joe Blows is going to be easy, try facing these guys, because they will rip you a new one if you give them the chance. Let me think real quick. Just one more aspect I wanted to. Oh yeah, like I think I said this. Expect to die and die a lot, or crash a lot, because it's not easy. Arguably, I think one of the coolest modes to go through is the air raid. You're driving, and meanwhile you have a helicopter shooting missiles at you. You're going. Yeah. I also think that when they came up with the time attack mode, somebody was watching like bull run, watching when the cars are driving through explosions and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, that's the game. Wow, I actually managed to do this in one part. Congratulations to me. If you want my rating on the game, it's almost flawless. There are some issues with, clipping and maybe some slight artifacts, but other than that, I would give it maybe about a 9. It would have gotten a 10, but sometimes I think the game's just a little too cheap when these people do their power plays. And the fact that, oh, by the way, there's no respawn button, so after you wreck, you can be in first. Congratulations, you're in 5th now. Yeah, that's about the one drawback to the game. The fact that it will show you no mercy as far as if you wreck. So yeah, there's the rating. Now do yourself a favor, go buy the damn thing. It's $60, but it's worth it. Plus, like I said earlier, in one of my pickups, if you pre-order the game, you get this nifty little car. Well, I think it's cool anyway. Y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.